A lot of people talk about how to stay consistent when life is perfect. But what about when life gets tough? You see, it's easy to stay consistent when you're healthy, well rested, and not busy at all. But when the opposite occurs, that's when it gets extremely hard. But it is also when it becomes extremely important. So in this video, I want to talk about how I've stayed consistent during some of my toughest weeks and even months, and how you guys can apply these things yourself. Alright, before I want to get into these steps, I just want to go over my personal story real quick. You guys can skip this if you guys want, but some of you might relate to this and it actually might even just open your eyes a bit. So honestly, recently, I've been feeling pretty burnt out with work. Like, I've got 3 YouTube channels. I'm currently in university and I've got work as well, and it's a lot. It's already a lot, and I've just been really stressed out and burnt out, to be honest with you. And normally, especially in the past, I would have just given up. I would have just scrapped this YouTube channel completely. But what I actually started to do, instead of scripting my videos, because I used to spend about like an hour, maybe 2 hours scripting my videos, but recently I have just been putting down some dot points. It took me 10-15 minutes. I'll think about it in the shower, put down the dot points, and then that's my script, and then I just raw dog it. And I'm just trying to stay consistent every single day, and even if life gets in the way, because I was on break when I started this channel. I was on, like, it was semester break, and I had so much free time. Like, that's why I started this channel. But now that I'm starting second semester now, I obviously don't have much time at all. So that's when life somehow gets in the way, but you just got to keep on going, keep on moving. So yeah, that's my story. Obviously a lot of people might have it a bit worse, but that's just what I've been going through recently. Obviously, I've had a bunch of other things that have happened, but yeah, this is just the most recent thing, and this is why I'm making this video. Alright, so now let's just get into what you guys can do and what you guys need to know. So the first thing you guys need to know is that consistency. A lot of people think it's, especially if you're working on some kind of business or whatever, people think you need to be working 20 hours every single day to be consistent, and that is just completely wrong. Even if you're just working 5 minutes a day, you're still moving the needle forward. All consistency is just moving the needle forward every single day. Some days you might move the needle 20 kilometers, other days you might just move it an inch, but it doesn't matter because you are moving it every single day, and that's exactly what consistency is. So you guys need to wrap that around your head. I always thought that consistency was 12 hours every single day, work, but that's not actually what it is. It's great. It'll be amazing to work 12 hours every single day, but shit happens, you can't. So in order to be consistent, just move the needle every single day. Doesn't matter how much you move it by, you are still being consistent. Alright, another thing. When life gets tough, most people give up. Just straight up, or maybe they'll take a break. Like, for example, maybe you're a bit sick, maybe you've got the flu or COVID or whatever. A lot of people will just take a break, they'll put everything on pause, and they won't move the needle at all. But there's still things that you can technically do that'll move the needle forward. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So for me, I was just in bed brainstorming. I was just on my laptop writing down a bunch of ideas. I was watching a bunch of content to get inspiration. And those are things that I could never have done. Like right now, I could not see myself sitting in bed or even at my desk watching hours and hours of content for inspiration and ideas. But that really did, it helped me a lot. It honestly moved me forward a lot. I really needed that. So there's literally so many things that you can do that'll move the needle forward that isn't too taxing on your energy or time. So if you can overcome this period of your life while staying consistent, you will have a much better chance of becoming successful than those who just put it on pause for a bit until things get better. Because you don't know if things will get better. It's very uncertain, and what is certain is your consistency to just keep on moving the needle forward. And that is exactly what separates the successful people from the unsuccessful people. And this kind of ties into my third thing. Mediocre work is still progress. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. Even if you're just working for 5 minutes, it literally doesn't matter. It is still progress that you're making. And like I said before, not every day needs to be your best day. You just need to keep the habit alive, especially during tough times, which will build so much momentum. And when life gets better, because it definitely will get better, you'll be just running on so much momentum. It is just crazy. The next thing, you don't want to wait for motivation. You want to lean on systems. So I did talk about you do need motivation, obviously. It is good to have it, but you're never going to have, especially when life gets in the way or life gets tough, you're going to have zero motivation. You're just going to want to sit in bed all day. And like I said before, A lot of people put things on pause and they just wait for things to get better, or they just wait for motivation to come back. And you don't want to wait for motivation to come back if you don't have it. Deep down inside of you, obviously you want to have that motivation to build whatever it is that you're building, but you don't want to have the motivation to do the work. You don't want to be motivated to do the work to get to what you're actually motivated for. So you want to lean on systems. You want to build routines or low resistance habits that will keep you going. So you want to have it in like Google Calendar or something like that, exactly what you're going to be doing. You want to have, honestly, what's worked better for me. A lot of people say Google Calendar. It does, it's good. But what's worked way better for me, to be honest, is having a to-do list. And it's very easy to set up. Just go onto Notion and you can there's an option for you to do a to-do list, and you write down whatever it is that you want to do. You click enter, it'll go down to the next line, and you can actually like tick it off. And I've found that to be like 10 times better. I would literally just, before bed, I'll write down Monday, plan video, record this video, meditate, read, gym, homework, whatever it is. And then as I'm going through the day, once I do something, I'll tick it off and I'll feel so satisfied. And if I've ticked everything that's on there, I'll feel so proud of myself, and it's just such a good feeling. And that's just my system that I've built. You can build your own. Maybe you want a physical to-do list if that makes things easier, or you'll just stick to Google Calendar. But for me personally, a to-do list does the job very well. Alright, this next thing, I honestly think it's the most important, and it's that rest is part of consistency. You can take a break without feeling guilty about it, or without losing any momentum at least. Think about the gym, right? If you're just going to the gym every single day and you're doing the same movements or whatever, without any rest, you are not going to grow. Your muscles, and they're just gonna get worse than what they were before. So resting is very important, but then again, resting can be really, really bad. If you rest from the gym for too long, your gains will start to reverse. But rest doesn't mean you're quitting or putting anything on pause. It just simply means you're recharging. And when I say rest, I'm talking about like from the big tasks, right? Like the editing, the recording, and to just get the needle moving, even just an inch for the day. Maybe you can just plan a little bit or whatever. But yeah, you can rest. It is healthy to rest, and I highly suggest that you guys rest, especially if you guys have a lot going on. Just take a day or two, do a little light tasks if you can, and yeah, it's needed, right? We're not robots, we're not AI, we can't just power through a bunch of tasks. We are human and we need our rest. Another thing, especially during tough times, you want to redefine what success actually looks like during hard times. So success on hard days might just mean showing up, It might not be completing this big task that you had for the day. That's not actually what success might be. Like when everything's going great, maybe edit this whole video is success for you. So what I actually do is like on the day, in the morning, first thing I'll say, what would success look like for today? And I'll just write it down. Record 3 videos. Sometimes I'll record 6. But for today, recording 3 videos, that will be a successful day. And going to the gym and doing a bunch of other stuff, right? That will be a very successful day for me, and I'll be so proud if I can do that. So every morning, write that down. Maybe one morning you have a really bad stomach ache. What success will look like for me today is to just take care of myself, maybe brainstorm a little bit, and that's it. That is what a successful day will look like for me. And it'll be completely different every single day. So that is a really good exercise for you guys to do, and that has helped me a lot. So yeah, that is everything that I just wanted to cover. If you're going through some sort of tough time right now, I hear you, and it will get better. Trust me, just try to stay consistent. Have a good balance between rest and consistency, and you got this, bro. I want to see you guys succeed. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.